Yeah, we back. We back. Now today, man, we got a very funny topic. As you can see, take a look up on the screen. Former NFL player Michael Irvin calls out his son's rap career by saying, "You grew up in a gated community your entire life." Now, we have a lot to discuss on this topic. I think it's long overdue. It's a discussion that we should have had a long time ago in the black community, right? So what happened is Michael Irvin, he was talking about his son is an upcoming rapper, right? An aspiring rapper. And he was doing an interview and he was talking about, man, my son be going into the studio rapping about AK-47s and he got the cocaine going across the interstate and he got Hector on the phone making a shipment and he got Pablo on speed dial. He be on the phone with the cartel. Man, listen, Michael Irvin said he doesn't understand what the hell his son is saying on these records, bruh. You grew up in a gated community your entire life. You never missed a meal. You grew up playing sports. You had an amazing life. You never seen the streets a day in your life. What are you talking about on these records? And I just want to discuss this because this is something we don't really talk about very often in the black community, right? How there's only a certain archetype of black men that is glorified in the media. There is only one stereotype of black men that is glorified in the media. There is only one representation of black men that is shown in the media. And unfortunately, even black men who come from upper class backgrounds, prestigious backgrounds, they fall victims to their propaganda. And in order to fit in or be cool or whatever, they try to copy what they see on TV. So we're gonna get into this story. I'm gonna play the clip of Michael Irvin talking about his son. And I'm gonna play some clips from other people talking about the situation as well. And we're gonna get into it, man. Run the footage, I'll be right back.
He raps. His rap name is Tut Tarantino. If you ever listen to some of his raps, I'm like, oh my God, where does this come from, son? You grew up in a gated community your whole life, but he's rapping my life because we romanticize and fantasize about that old thug life, ghetto life, and all of that stuff.
All right, we back. Now, I just want to say, I grew up with a lot of Tut Tarantinos. I know a lot of Tut Tarantinos, okay? I know a lot of Tut Tarantinos. Their mama was a goddamn accountant. Their daddy was an engineer. Their mama was a teacher. Their daddy was a real estate agent. I know guys like that, man. I know guys like that. I went to school with guys like that. We went to school, Catholic school together, private school together, dressing like this. Take a look up on the screen. We went to school dressing like this. I know guys, we went to school dressing like this. Suit and tie, Catholic school, going to church on Tuesday morning, but even still, a lot of them fell victim to the street persona, right? They still wanted to embody that street persona. So they might have got into certain, illegal activities, street activities, selling weed, whatever it might be, maybe get some fast money, get fresh for the ladies, but they didn't have to do that. Me personally, I never gave a fuck about that. A lot of times when you see guys embrace that persona, it's because they want attention from the women. They think that is gonna garner them attention from the women. But I've always been a charismatic type of guy with decent conversation. So I never had to really try to step outside my comfort zone and try to embody a persona that was never me. And it goes back to what I said in that video the other day. When it comes to the media, we need more balanced perspectives. We need more personalities. We need different archetypes of black men being shown to the young boys to show them, bruh, it's more than one way to be a black man. A black man is not one dimensional. You know what I mean? A black man, like this right here, like this photo right here, right? This dude, he got his blunt in his hand. He got a soda bottle full of lean at the bottom. I can see the purple at the bottom. He got a soda bottle full of lean at the bottom. He's sipping lean. Man, come on, brother. Come on, man. You probably got a nice, your parents probably got a nice insurance policy, life insurance policy on you, bro. Like, why the hell is you sipping lean, bro? Why are you sipping lean? But anyways, man, I was watching O'Shea Duke Jackson's video on the topic, and I liked what he had to say as well. So I'm going to play O'Shea's clip, and I'm going to come back with my commentary.
And that is what Michael Irvin is concerned with. He has a son who is a struggle rapper by the name of Tut Tarantino. He always talks about guns, thug life, and all of that. But his dad, who is University of Miami football player, Dallas Cowboy, Hall of Fame wide receiver, talented commentator, he says this: I got a son, he raps. His name is Tut Tarantino. If you ever listen to some of his raps, I'm like, oh my God, where did this come from, son? You grew up in a gated community your whole life. But he's rapping my life because romanticize and fantasize that old thug life, ghetto life, and all that stuff. When we used to work to get away from it, we've now somehow gotten to a place we're running back towards it. And it's the same thing that he was trying to compare to John Morant. And some of us in the black community want that appeal from the street, that street credibility. It's worth more than being a black that, your parents worked hard, you made it out because of that. A lot of people look at you as being soft and you're not down with the cause, and you have a lot of people who feel like, you're not real. A lot of ladies might not want to date you. And I'm going to tell you that, a lot of black men do suffer with that. But I want to tell you this. Who cares? Anything beats being in prison or being dead. And I'm going to tell you, when you out there acting a fool like he is, that's where you're going.
All right, we back. Now, I love what O'Shea was talking about, because it's crazy, because I mentioned it in one of my videos recently. Some dude came into my comment section the other day, actually, and he tried to throw shots at me saying, oh, Neferkari Dessalines, you come from a good home, blah, 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 blah. He tried to throw shots at me by saying I come from a good home, I come from a good family, as if that's supposed to be a dent against my credibility, right? As if me coming from a good home is supposed to lessen my credibility. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's kind of like an unwritten code inside the community, to where you have more credibility, you have more respect if you came up not having shit, you came up eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches with the cockroaches on the side, you came up eating cereal with the water, you came up eating cereal with the expired milk. You have more respect, you have more credibility when you grew up and your parents wasn't on their shit. Like, if your parents didn't do what they were supposed to do, you have more credibility in the black community. That's just an unwritten code that we got. We got to break that mentality, but it's just a fact of the matter. And that's why a lot of young boys gravitate to that bullshit, man, because they want to have the respect and the credibility that they see certain guys get. But in my opinion, I believe if they were shown different avenues, different archetypes, different personalities, they would understand a black man is not one-dimensional. Like I said, there's different ways to be a black man. There's no one-size-fits-all version of a black man. We not all the street dudes. Like, come on, man. A black man is not a street dude. Like, we can't all be street dudes. Some of us got to be the clean-cut professional. Some of us can be the street dude. Some of us are the, the blue-collar dude. Some of us are the athletes. Some of us are the artistic, creative guys. Some of us are the bodybuilder type of guys. We have different archetypes and personalities amongst black men, and we have to embrace all versions of ourselves. They should all get the shine and the promotion. It shouldn't be one archetype getting all the promotion in the media. But anyways, let's continue. I do want to play this brother right here. Urban Politicians TV, I think he is. His commentary on it was kind of funny to me as well. So I'm going to play his clip also, and I'm going to come back.
Hey, man, Big Tut Tarantino went viral yesterday all over Instagram, Twitter, and it kind of started on Friday as his pops, Michael Irvin, legendary Hall of Fame wide receiver in the field, Dallas Cowboy legend, spoke on it and spilled the real on him. Basically pulled the B-Rabbit off of 8 Mile. His name is Clarence. He lived at home with both parents, and his parents had a real good marriage. He went to private school. He didn't technically say private school, but he said, hey, nigga, you live up good. Why you rapping about my life? You ain't went through none of that. And whenever you saw the video yesterday, you couldn't help but laugh because of the way that nigga Michael Irvin said, oh, my God, son, you grew up gated community. You're not like that. And
all right, we back. Now, I do want to go back to O'Shea's video because he kind of was breaking this down, kind of like how I was breaking it down. But anyways, I'm going to play O'Shea's clip and I'm going to come back. Let's get it.
Because a lot of blacks, once they become successful, they have a guilt trip about being successful. Success guilt. And so no black person really wants to be associated, for the most part. A lot of them don't want to be associated with being privileged and educated and talking well. So what they start to do in our community is the opposite of everyone else's. We start to portray the more popular, degenerate image that's sold to our people as a stereotype.
All right, we back. And I'll leave on this note. For any young kid out here listening, whatever it may be, right? You should never feel insecure about whatever background you come from, because ask any street dude, any so-called street dude, what his dreams are, his ambitions are for his children, right? I guarantee he'll tell you, he'll want his kids to grow up in the gated community, in the nice neighborhood, going to the good schools, living in luxury, not worrying about nothing. Every single street dude that came from the bottom and came from the streets, and I was in the penitentiary, I was getting it in, I was sleeping with the shank. At the end of the day, they want all their kids to live just like you. They want all their kids to be just like you. They want all their kids to have the same upbringing that you have. So don't ever try to fit in and try to fit in with the crowd. I'm a real street dude. No, you're not a street dude, and that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Like I said, black men are not one-dimensional. We have different personalities, different archetypes, and we should embrace them all. And going back to the subject of the video, Tut Tarantino, listen, brother, there's nothing wrong with the fact that you want to do music, you want to be a rapper, you want to get in the studio, you want to express your creative talents. Listen, I rap as well, brother. I rap as well. Like I said, the black man is not one-dimensional. When you get into the studio, like for example, the song I play at the end of my videos, that's my song. But you'll never hear in any of my songs talking about, man, load up the chopper, I'm about to ride on the oppas. You'll never hear me rap about no dumbass shit talking about I'm about to go commit violence against another black man, I'm about to rob another black man, I'm about to do harm against another black man. I'm never gonna hop in the studio and rap about that bullshit. It's so many different subjects to tackle. It's so many different ways you could express your talents. If you gonna get into the studio, man, yeah, I got the work, I got the drugs, I got the gun, bro. Just stay out the studio, bro. If you gonna get into the studio and rap that bullshit, just stay out the studio, bro. Stay out the studio, go back to school, and go do something with your life, bro. Go do something with your life. Contribute to society. Go contribute to society. You are in a position where your father can put you in position so you can contribute to society. All right, stop following behind other dudes who, you follow behind their personalities, but you don't even come from that. And at the end of the day, people respect authenticity. People respect the real shit. When I came on YouTube, I told you what it was, bro. I told you what it was. I came on YouTube because I felt that it wasn't enough black male voices who came from my background. It was the same old story about the black man. So I said, you know what? I'm going to hop on the microphone and I'm going to give my perspective. I kept it real from day one. I said, listen, my folks been married for decades. I was going to private school from first grade up until the end of high school. I never been in the streets. I never got into a shootout. I never did nothing. And nobody ever criticized me for it or judged me for it because I was never trying to portray myself as somebody who came from the streets or I came from that type of background. So I had nothing to prove. And the ladies never gave me any problem about it because most times I was dealing with women from my same, background, right? We grew up in the same environment. So how you gonna judge me for coming from the same background as you? So no, I never had that problem. And even with the so-called hood chicks, I never had that problem because like I said, I'm charismatic. I got a decent conversation and I can dress pretty decently. You know what I'm saying? I can get fresh. The street dudes ain't the only ones getting fresh. Listen, I can get fresh. So I never had that issue, man. Be yourself, man. Be yourself. Attract like minds. Attach yourself to like minds. And listen, like I said, the black man is not one-dimensional. The black man comes in many different versions, many different archetypes, many different personalities, and we need to have it all at the forefront. Anyways, man, it's your boy Neferkari, that's Celine, back in the village. Yes, indeed. Cash App up on the screen, and I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in the ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Came for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.